Okay, so assuming you've managed to log in, it will take you to your home page. So you can see this is my home page. BlueWave.Swift is a way of having our school development plan, our performance management of our staff, all other school projects that are on the go at the moment, all linking together so they work together so that they feed into our school self-evaluation form, our SEF. Alright, what's really important for you to understand at this point is how to use the school development plan settings. Make sure that you can find your way back to this page by clicking on home all the time, and understanding that any projects that you belong to or you're a member of are here under my current projects. So for instance, you can see I'm logged in. My current projects are all of the projects in the school, so there are lots going on at the moment. You as a governor will be involved in getting used to BlueWave.Swift and school evaluation at the moment. Those are the two that you should have when you log in. Alright. What I would suggest that you do to begin with is first of all click on the SDP button, School Development Plan, and then what that will do is it will show you what whole school projects we've got going on, as in our school development plan itself, or all of those projects knocked down into smaller bite-sized pieces, and again you can explore them. So for instance, if we have a look at your governor's plan, at the moment your governor's plan looks like this. Okay, it has an objective, it has some activities for you to do, it tells you when it's due by, it gives you an idea of who's in the project team, so the entire governing body are in this one, it tells you how much it's costing and so on. The whole point of using BlueWave.Swift is that, like I've said before, it ties everything together, but it also has success criteria that have been provided by BlueWave.Swift. And all of these success criteria have been put together. There's about 500 of them have been put together by serving head teachers and local authority figures who have a lot of experience of school development planning. For instance, in order for this to be successful, this objective here, we need, what I'm looking for really is a judgment from you about your role in self-evaluation and whether or not you think the governing body is outward looking. Right? If you take your cursor over here and hover over the eye, it tells you in the centre of the screen now the judgments that you can make. So we're aiming for obviously between 1 and 3. The governing body is secure that the school has an effective and systematic self-evaluation in place. They understand their role and responsibilities, making an active but realistic contribution to the process. That's what we're aiming for. Now you might judge the school differently at the moment. You might think that we're under the satisfactory heading, or maybe even a major weakness. Okay. Again, what this allows you to do is make judgments to help us move the school forward. Okay. Now, in order to make a judgment against something that's part of your remit in school, you would actually go over here and you would click on this link. Alright, so if you're going to make a judgment about this objective here, you would click on this link. Okay, you do that, you get down to something called the Swift hierarchy. If you click on the show all, it shows you the two success criteria we're working towards. Again, follow the link, and here we go. We have those statements as we saw them a minute ago. At the moment, what I'd like you to do is just make a judgment. Where do you think we are at the moment? So do you think we are aware of the school's process of self-evaluation, engaging with this or not? So what you need to do is you then click on one of these radio buttons. Okay, so I think, what shall I say? I think we're around about here at the moment. Okay, you notice that it's telling me now that we've got a judgment of 3. Where it says SEF for now, click on context, and then what you can do, you can either write in here the evidence that you're finding, or you can highlight one of these statements and drag it into the box, and then it provides the statement for you. So I have now made a judgment. I think we're around about 3 on the scale. I think this describes pretty much where we are. I can save it. Make sure you always save like that, and then go back, and it's telling you now that you've made your judgment. You've judged it as a 3 and so on. Okay, and then you can do that for all of them, and that's what I want you to do. And if you go back to the SDP, if you go to the governor's plan again, Okay, you can continue to make judgments about all of these things. Right, and this is what we're doing. We're measuring all of these statements and saying where we think the school is. And when you've done that and you've all had your say, when I log in and go to our Ceph form, you will find that it updates bits and pieces here for me, which is useful, which means I get your views when I'm updating the Ceph. So your task to begin with, really, if you go to the home page, it's probably the easiest. Look for your current projects. Look for the governors getting used to BlueWave.Swift. It will take you there. Click on show all because it will show you the different objectives we're looking for. Okay, click on them and evaluate them, and then save it and then leave it alone, and then I'll be able to see that you've done it. So that's the SDP. You can have a look at all of the other development plans. You're just not involved in them at the moment. You will be eventually, but just not at the moment. So if we have a look at, I don't know, curriculum or ICT infrastructure and classroom design, you can see that, you know, we've got lots going on at the moment, and eventually you'll be able to make judgments about them too. Okay, I hope that's sort of relatively clear. If you get stuck, give me a bell. Okay, so don't forget, SDP takes you to all of the projects that we've got. Home takes you to your home page, and you can click on here to see which of those projects you're actually involved in, and that's about it.